Welcome back
Here
to
we
Here we are. Welcome back to the Let's Freakin Rodeo podcast. Today is Saturday, December 14th. Championship Saturday. Ty and Brayden have won 4 of 9 rounds up to this point.
Yeah.
It's been a special Vegas.
It's been a special NFR, yeah. It's how and kind of why I've made this progress in this transition into going back to winning in this arena. It's good sometimes not to have somebody that's like trying to break it down and tell you fundamental stuff. He's just like, go win. You know, kind of like you. Like, we don't talk about too many fundamentals of the roping. You're just like, go be a dog, you know. So
my opinion, or my hey, here's my 2 cents, means literally jack squat to a guy like you. But you're so talented, bro. That's what we've been talking about. You're a winner. You've won the Cowboy Christmas record. You said it once. You said it twice. You broke your own record. You've roped at the highest levels a guy can rope in the entire world, on the entire planet. Ty Harris is in the conversation. You're number 4, now we're top 4 roper in the entire planet. It's just time for you to rope.
yeah, no doubt. That's what it's fun to just do that. I mean, Peso this week has given me the ability and the chance to just go relax and have fun, you know. Getting that first go round win off my back, like, it's been a long time. And to get that victory lap and to just, I don't know, feel like doing what I'm capable of. I never expect anything other than just myself doing my job. And we talked about it with Donnie Gay, and we've talked about it multiple times. So, like, I'm not going out there trying to beat somebody else. I'm trying to do what I do and do my job.
Yeah.
And all these runs that especially specifically in this arena, the Thomas Mack, where I've struggled, where I haven't been myself. You've heard Joe say it. You've heard multiple people say it. He just don't even look like himself. That's not what Ty Harris ropes like. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not here to make excuses, but it's so cool to be me and to do what I do in this arena that we dream of roping in our whole life.
I want to know this question because, I mean, this sport, brutal. Okay, so you're saying, I know what it takes to be a world champion. I've seen success. First real success you've had success, but since 2019, your rookie year, getting to come to South Point. You went around 2022, but didn't get to go to South Point. Shane Hanchey is roping great in the average, but he hasn't really won that great. And he's a dog. Chad Mayfield hasn't won around yet. He's a dog. Haven Medjid struggled early. He's a dog. I mean, you say, like, you know what it takes to be good in here in Vegas, but next year you may have to weather another storm. How are you going to? It just can't be feast or famine every time. You know, you just gotta. How are you gonna stay more in the middle?
Yeah, no, 100%. No, I think it's gonna be a lot easier, like I said, because just having that feeling of success. Every time that it goes bad in the summer, whenever I haven't won the last 10 rodeos, I'm not panicking. I'm not worried because I know that it's going to turn around because I just think because I've felt it so many times. You know, I've been through it. This NFR, I've been through it going bad, and I stay positive, and it never turning around throughout the whole 10 rounds.
Yeah.
You know, literally just never getting better. And it feels like you're chasing something and you're like, what do I do? You know, you cannot get the ball to roll your way. So I think it's going to be a lot easier coming in here next year, hopefully, you know.
Which I think too, what you've done is that our man?
No, he hasn't texted back yet.
Is your mental game, okay? It probably just maturity, okay? But in years past, the high and the low, when it's not going good, and you're like, you said it on the podcast, I think we posted last week, you kind of meander up there 8th, 9th, 10th round at the last possible second when it's not going good, not wanting to hang out with the winners. So it's like you kind of got in the dumps when you didn't do good. But then this year, you had a moment there. It was, you were on track, doing what you needed to do, and then you had a couple rounds there where you missed, and then you missed the barrier, and then you actually missed the calf and ended up second looping, where your mindset, you wanted to crash a little bit, but you stayed strong here, and then 2 calves later, first place, second place, $50,000 hit. I think it was pretty amazing for me to see it up close. Like, your mind wanted to just go, oh, I just effed up my whole week, you know?
No doubt. Yeah, no, I sat there in the car after the 7th go round, and I put my head down, and I was like, I can't believe I just did that, you know. Then I started just kind of reminding myself about the 3rd go round win, and also that it can turn around just like that. And obviously Riley had a huge lead on me But I felt like if things went my way, I knew I had a good calf that night too. Coming into the 6th round, I was like, I could do this. I could win. I had a chance to win the world, and not doing it. I knew after the 7th one, it didn't matter what happened. I wasn't going to win it. So that hit me hard, but also it's like, let's go out here the next 3 rounds and perform and act like, prepare for next year and the following years, and act like this is for a world championship. Just keep my mental, keep pushing and keep adding on to that success and building on it for the upcoming years. Just show myself that I can do it.
It's pretty special, man. It's been a special NFR. There's been really high highs, 4 of 9 wins for the Harris Bros. Another one, Dylan Hancock from San Angelo. Just really high highs and some not so great moments, but that's Rodeo, and it's been a Vegas to remember. There's a lot of great stories all across Rodeo, which we're going to talk about with Joe B. That round 10 to y'all have watched this already, but round 10 is going to be a rodeo for the books
for sure, 100%. And speaking on that, Joe said it multiple times on camera on the Cowboy Channel during the rodeo and in the buckle ceremony about my dad Walt Harris's coaching.
Yeah,
that's actually 5 out of 9 rounds from Walt Harris trained calf ropers. Pretty crazy. Me twice, Braden twice, and Dylan Hancock. So
because
very special.
Dylan roped out of the house for many years and was right there with you and Joel Braden.
Oh,
practicing
for sure.
In the pen for
I can't. And like my dad said, there's never been a kid. He's coached basketball for years. He's coached roping for years. He's been around a lot of athletes, and he says, I've never seen anybody listen better and put it to their roping than Dylan Hancock. He says he deserves everything he's getting because I've never seen a kid ever take in and absorb and soak in anything that you tell him to do and try absolute best to do it.
Yeah.
He got tall, he got gangly, he wasn't athletic there for a while, and it didn't matter. He was doing everything he could to put the information to use that he was told and taught, and yeah, obviously pretty cool and pretty special.
He had to take what he learned. Only he could do it. As a man, you can be taught all you want, but it comes down to you nodding your head and roping the calf. It comes down to you, and not even in rodeo, manning up and getting the job done. No one can do it for you, and so
no one can do the work that it takes to prepare yourself to be in this position, and no one can nod their head for you in that arena. And that's, and I have this amazing support system, but I felt bad for letting them down all these years at this arena but there's nothing they can do for me.
Nope, nothing.
It comes down to me nodding my head and going and doing my job and winning. It doesn't matter how much they support me, how much they love me, how much they encourage me. It doesn't matter how much we prepared. It comes down to right then me nodding my head and doing my deal.
What do you think has been a highlight of this week that you want to share? Probably people don't know. A highlight that isn't a go-around win, but you would like to share?
From Braden going 32nd in the world last year, and you saw it, what he did, the way that he got married to the process and loved the process, and every single day strive to be better. He didn't let it take him down too much. Obviously, Dylan Hancock coming and winning the rookie last year, beating Braden in the rookie. Yep. And Braden being so far, he missed the NFR by $40,000 last year.
Yep.
And so then to qualify for it this year, overcome the mental battles that it was. The summer it wasn't easy. The start of the summer especially was not easy. And to overcome it, to qualify for the national finals, and then to do what he's done, I think he's won 130-something thousand with one more to go right here.
Special. Showed
that he's one of the best ropers in the world. Realistically, he's been one of the best calf ropers in the world this week. So just it's amazing for me to watch and see, and it makes me so excited because he deserves it. He, like we said, no one could have done that work for him. He's done it every single day.
So what would your advice be to Joel Braden and to Dylan Hancock and to whoever? You were the young guy. You and Braden have had pretty much identical first NFRs. Number one, you missed it. And both y'all's rookie years, you missed it. Second NFR, second year, you made it. Both won 2 go-arounds the second year. It's pretty much lined up perfectly. The next few years after this, after your first NFR, it didn't go good.
Yeah, I would say set your goals high. Set your goals high. and I don't think they will coast. And I don't think I necessarily coasted, but don't be complacent with making the NFR. Tyson Durfee said it. He wished he would have set his goal to be a 10-time world champion, because then maybe he would have won 5. Set high goals, and if you don't achieve them, you don't achieve them. But let your dreams scare you a little bit, and keep doing what they're doing, waking up every day, putting in the work, and going and doing it. I'm excited for the futures. So.
Talking about goals, what's your goal for 2025?
I want to be a world champion. I think.
Let's go.
I think. Yeah, that's what I want to do. So I'm gonna do everything it takes to get my body right and be as strong and healthy as I possibly can be. And I told I told my dad. I said I'm taking, I think it's 3 or 4 weeks off I have to take after I do these stem cells. I'm getting a bunch of stem cell injections in Mexico, and I have to take 3 or 4 weeks off. But when I start practicing in January, I'm practicing for the NFR next year. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to prepare like a month and a half, 5 weeks before this NFR. I think I had a really, really good camp, a really good preparation. I loved where I was at, what I worked on. I'm going to start that in January, and I'm going to get a year of it. I think because I still had a little bit of my bad habits come out here at this finals. The mistakes that I made was from stuff that I am working on and have been working on for the last 5 weeks or so. But I want to put all of 2025, I want to be working on that, day in and day out, from mentally thinking about it, feeling it, and then practicing as well. And hopefully get those bad habits out of my system and, get the good ones in place, because when the pressure's on, when you are feeling that, man, I might have a chance for a gold buckle, that's when your weaknesses come out. That's when it shows where you have mistakes,
Yeah.
Riley's the same roper all year long,
Yeah.
I want to be, in January, I want to be roping like I'm roping for a world championship at the Thomas Mack, and
No days off.
no days off. Yeah, that's
No days off. You're going to do it. It's been progressive, and it's 2025, and it's going to be so cool as a fan of the sport, because it's probably going to be the same guys competing for the world championship next year. All of y'all are young.
Yeah, I don't see it changing. I mean, Haven, Riley, and Shad ain't going anywhere.
Exactly. You're not going anywhere. Joe Braden, hopefully, is not going anywhere. I mean, Kincaid is young. He's been there 3 years in a row. I mean,
Dylan
Hancock. I mean, it's a bunch of young guys.
Yeah, it is. And Marty, you see him. He obviously had his horse go down right before the finals. But that guy gets hot out here. There's no telling what he could do, and he'll be at the Vegas next year. Yeah, it's. I'm excited to ask Joe about it, because it's a great time to be a calf roping fan. Obviously, all of rodeo, it's just growing, and we keep talking about it. It's growing. But there's a lot of competition in calf roping right now, and iron sharpens iron. I think there's no telling what this is going to do to Shad, light a fire under his butt, I mean, because he's a winner. He's a competitor. Haven hasn't had the NFR he wanted. So it's going to be special and exciting. And I'm glad. I feel, we grew up playing basketball and roping, and I've always been a very competitive person, very competitive. I'm glad to look at it like that. Too now is I have to work hard enough and be good enough to beat these guys day in and day out. And I'm not saying that's going to be easy at all, but that's the way I'm looking at it. When I do nod my head, like we said, go do your job, go make your run. But
at the same time,
the everyday process, work hard enough to be able to beat those guys, to be good enough to where your job, your run is as good or better than them.
Wow. Gives me goosebumps right there listening to it. I've never heard you ever compare, because you're always like, I'm just going to nod my head and make my run and do me. But you're right. When you compare it to basketball, it's like there's one winner at the end of every season. There's one
world champion. And that's, yes, I'm thankful for every NFR I've had. But there's going to be one world champion crown tonight. And I think I want to do what it takes to put myself in a position to be roping for a world championship on the 10th round next year. So
I hope our dog guy was recording that, because that's gonna come in handy a year from now when I'm putting together this documentary, baby.
I'm just gonna jump right into it. So Colin Proctor coming out of nowhere. Yeah. I mean, especially in the heading. All around, you could have seen it, but the heading, he's came out of nowhere. Right now, as of today, he's your projected world champion if it ended right now. So we obviously have Tyler Wade. Hold on, let me look at this. So we obviously have Tyler Wade, Clint Sumners, Caleb Jiggers battling, but it comes down tonight to Colin Proctor doing his job to be a 2-time world champion. It's pretty cool.
And what is his job?
That's a huge personality. If he places, anywhere in the round, that means he'll hold his spot in the average. And he's a two-time world. He's a heading world champion, and he'll win the all round if he places in the round, like top 4 holes.
But to place in the round tonight is going to be far from easy.
Far from easy for sure. This team open's been crazy tough this year.
Blasting,
yeah. So
4-2, 4-3. Yeah, I mean, depending on if there's misses,
One night, Jiggers was 3-8 and 1/5.
Yes.
So yeah, you never know. Sometimes the 10th round gets a little easy because there's a lot of guys that are just catching to hold their average spot. Some guys are whooped down after a terrible week. You never know. So sometimes the 10th round is the easiest one, the first and the 10th. But
what are you thinking?
If Tyler Wade wins the round, Coleman actually needs to win second or better.
So really, it's kind of like whoever.
It's like a one-header. It's like a one-header right here. With Tyler Wade still has a great opportunity, and Wesley Thorpe. And as of right now, Wesley Thorpe's your projected world champion. It could be split winners. Coleman could win the heading, and Wesley could win the heeling.
Yeah, because the healer for him is second still.
Yeah. So projected as of right now is Coleman Proctor, but it comes down to a one-header tonight. Jurgers still has a chance too. So does Clint Sumner's. You never know. And Jurgers is right there. He's 8th in the average, but he could jump up to 6th pretty easily. He's only like within a second of 6th in the average. So Josh Frost, three previous years, reserve world champion 3 years straight. I think Sage Kimsey, Stetson, Kai Hamilton, I believe. But yeah, 3, and so he's your world champion this year. It's done deal, sealed. He could not even get on tonight, and he's your world champ and average champion for this year. So current congrats to him. Donnie Gay actually called that.
He called it before he even wrote a bull, I think.
Yeah, before the first go-round, he said Josh Frost is going to win the world. The steer wrestling, I love this storyline. So you got Will Loomis, Rowdy Parrott, Dakota Eldridge, J.D. Struxness, pretty much down to a one-header. Dakota's 9th in the average. He's a second behind JD. That last hole in the average pays $8,000 I was looking at. It pays 8 monies. The average pays 8 monies. 8th pays $8,000. That might be the difference in your world championships from the team roping to the bulldogging to the saddle bronc too, because Ryder Wright is sitting 8th. You never know. We'll talk about that in a second. But Rowdy Parrott's winning the average, but he's not. I promise you, Rowdy's not going to just safety up. I don't think Rowdy Parrott's going to safety up. If he has a chance for a world championship tonight, he's going to be going after
Is he sitting 3rd and 4th?
He's
3rd or 4th.
Right now. He's the second. He's second projected.
Really?
If it ended right now, Will Loomis is your world champ. Rowdy Parrott 2nd. Dakota Eldridge 3rd. J.D. Struxness 4th. But yeah, Will's only 4/10 behind Rowdy in the average. So it's a one-header. I mean, it comes down to a one-header championship Saturday at Thomas Mack for world championships. Bareback. Bradley Miller from Huntsville, Texas.
Came out of nowhere.
Was he 13th in the world before it started?
Bottom 3 or 4.
He was way down there. Dude, speak about the toughness of these rough stock riders. I mean, all rodeo guys I think are pretty tough and deal with a lot of stuff, but that bareback rider, Bradley Miller, I saw him walking
with his arm dangling.
His arm is dangling. He's got some sort of nerve thing going on. I mean, his neck.
On his riding arm too, I think.
It's bad. I said, man, you all right? He goes, one more. I said, that a gold buckle would make that thing feel better. He's your projected world champion right now, Bradley Miller. Rocker Steiner, Dean Thompson. Dean's kind of out of it, the picture, in my opinion, as long as Rocker and Bradley do their job. I think it kind of comes down to those two. Rocker got knocked out, the 3rd round?
Something like that.
So, yeah, like had a pretty good hit on his head the 2nd, 3rd round early on this finals. Came back, rode really good. I think it's going to be hard to beat Rocker, but I don't know what horse they have. So
the draw, yeah, but I don't even really know the horses that well to even predict.
Yeah, I don't either, but
it's crazy. That's my favorite thing about the rough stock is having Bradley Miller coming back from so far down to be your projected world champion.
Unbelievable.
It really, if you get here, there's a chance. And it's like that in the bull riding. Cooper James came in way down there. He's up there. Saddle Bronc, Wyatt Casper, he came in pretty high, but I mean, it's just so much money in the rounds. You go out there and freaking spur them and see what happens, man.
There's going to be like 10 people throughout the whole NFR win over 200,000, maybe more. I mean, it's crazy how much everybody's winning, and yeah, what a time to be a rodeo cowboy.
Which is kind of interesting because either next year or the year after, they're going to bump the rounds again, right?
Oh, every year. Yeah, because last year it paid 30. This year it pays almost 34. They say, and it won't be long, it'll be paying $50,000 rounds. So.
And it's already kind of like this, but at that point, it's whoever wins the NFR will win the gold buckle. Like the regular season will almost be.
But every dollar matters. You
can
lose
the
gold buckle by $1,200. It's not just the $1,200 from Vegas. It's all year long.
You're right.
80 rodeos you go to, matter, you know, like
Yeah.
Walt Woodard said, how many times were you tired or not focused or not prepared when you drove all night or did this or did that, or you were feeling sick and you made a mistake? I mean, whatever it is.
No, you're right. You're right.
Saddle bronc riding, rider right. I think if he just does his job tonight, he's gonna be your world champion. Wyatt Casper's rode great and been a great battle. If Wyatt wins the round and Ryder doesn't get a check, Wyatt wins it. So we'll see.
But I was watching Stetson on Rodeo Vegas last night. It was Stetson and Stadler, and he has all or nothing. Ryder has all or nothing, and the way Stetson reacted,
Stetson looked like that it was a done deal. That horse was good enough.
Stadler called it.
There you go.
He said,
my pick's Ryder right. Just with the lead he has, and obviously that's a great horse.
But what about Zeke? He won the first 2 rounds, or 2 of the first 3.
Then he got slow, huh?
Got slow, and probably he's one of the greatest ever to do it. But when you don't draw good, it's just hard to win in every event.
Every event's hard. I mean, they don't just give these world championships away. Ryder right. When was the last time he won one?
2021, 2022.
Yeah, I mean, let me look right here. Ryder right.
Zeke has been riding his freaking butt off. And you see his reaction. I'm down there in the dirt. You see his reaction. You can't outride the horse these horses. That's why it's such a beautiful sport. The horse has to buck and do his job. Ryder Wright's horse these last few rounds has been bucking beautiful, right down Main Street, no turning, just right down, kicking high, and man, just giving him the opportunity to spur him, you know.
And the judges love it. Do you know how old Ryder Wright is?
Ryder Wright's 20-something.
26.
He's your
young.
age.
He's 26. He's my age, and he's got $2.2 million in career earnings. It's amazing. Wow.
Jeez, I didn't know he was that young. I thought he was like 29.
He won the world in 2017. So he was 18 years old when he won the world. And then he won it.
He was 2-time world champ.
2017, 2020. So he hasn't won the world since 2020. That would put him 22 years old. So this would be a big one for him, I think. I think this obviously is going to mean a lot to him.
He'll be a 3-time world champ then, and then, I mean, what a world of saddle bronc. I mean, Zeke's pretty much in his prime, still 4-time world champ. Ryder Wright, if he gets done 3-time world champ.
Battling.
Chasing Billy Upbauer for 5 world champs.
Battling, bro. As of right now, your projected world champion is Haley Kinsel in the barrel racing.
Wow. What a story.
Also, prayers out to Donna K. Rule. That was a really, really crazy deal.
What happened?
They said she's going to be okay. She got drug off. Hit her head and got drug off in the panel. I mean, she's doctor released out. She's not riding anymore. But she's going to be okay. She's going to come. She'll be all right health-wise. But, yeah, that was a really scary, sad deal. Tell me if I'm wrong. Didn't Cassie Mowry win 5 rounds in a row?
I'm pretty sure it was 5 rounds.
I'm pretty sure it was 5 rounds, dude. I'm looking at this. I
was talking with Anthony Lucia in the back right after Bell Racing, and he's sitting there and he does the Resist All rewind where he recaps the rodeo each night. And he literally had already written down the story. He goes, Cassie Mowry is gonna tip the barrel tonight. Haley Kinsel's going to win the round, and then it's going to come down to the 10th round for the world championship. And all he had to do was fill in Haley Kinsel's time. He literally called it because Haley, earlier in the week, knocked down 2 crucial barriers, 2 crucial barrels. 1 barrel is +5, 2 barrels is +10. So if you just knock down 1 barrel, she would have been fine. So she basically was out of the average. And then Cassie Mowry goes and tips a barrel last night. So now it's freaking on, dude. This race for the world championship in the barrel racing is on.
Haley wins the first 3 rounds. Cassie wins the next 5. Haley Kinsel wins the 9th round.
Haley won the first 3, right?
Haley wins the first 3 rounds. Cassie Mowry wins 5 rounds in a row. Haley Kinsel wins the 9th round, comes down 10th round, 1 header for a world championship. Unbelievable. I'm going to stay and watch the barrels tonight.
That's you. If your last name ain't Kinsel or Mowry, you have not won a round in Vegas.
Shelly Morgan split 1 with Cassie Mowry. They split it 13:45. I'm looking right here.
But Cassie Mowry's horse, she went like 13:20 something.
13:12.
13:12.
Yes. So right here, Shelly Morgan split 1 round. So there's been 3 round winners technically, but Mowry, Kinsel 3 times, Mowry 5, Kinsel again for the 9th round. I don't know that that's ever been done. If 2 girls split, yeah. Anyways, if the 10 rounds all get won by 2 girls, I don't know if that's ever been done.
I cannot wait to hear the Thomas and Mack when Haley Kinsel goes. And Cassie Mowry is amazing, but Haley Kinsel, fan favorite every time. I'm sitting there filming. Haley Kinsel's coming. People are standing up in their seats. Haley, sister. I mean, it is insane what it's going to be like tonight.
calf roping Riley Webb. It's been the Riley Webb show. If he doesn't fall off his horse, if he literally just stays on his horse, catches the calf, he's your world champion.
It's that easy.
It's that easy. He literally just has to tie the calf down. 2020, that'd be 2 times in a row for Riley Webb, world champ. 21 years old, very impressive. Barrel racing, Haley Kinsel, Cassie Mowry, one header. It's been literally a domination from them all week, all 9 days in a row. Unbelievable. Josh Frost is already your world champion, done average champion, world champion, first time. The last 3 years consecutive, he's been your reserve world champion. It's Lane Frost's nephew, maybe, or something.
He's second cousin.
Second cousin with Lane Frost. Yeah, cool to see him get the job done and get a world championship. And from everything I've heard from the bull ride, the guy, what Donnie say, guys that have bull sense, they think Josh Frost is not done. They think he's going to win more world titles. They say he's that good. So be cool to see. And yeah, Stetson will be coming back with a vengeance next year too. Then you throw like a Jess Lockwood in the mix. You never know. So yeah,
it's a great time to be a rodeo fan.
Yes, sir.
We brushed over tie-down roping. Can we please revisit tie-down roping? And I want you to. We know Riley Webb now just has to tie his calf down, but rodeo is a crazy, crazy sport, as we've all seen. Shad missed one. You missed one. Haven missed.
Haven missed one too, yeah. Which is shocking.
What are the possible scenarios, hypothetically, if Riley something fluke happens?
Shad would need to win good in the round, really good, first or second, to have a chance. Haven, would have an outside chance. Let's say something happens to Riley that I do not see happening at all. I give it a very, very, very small, minuscule chance that anything happens to Riley Webb tonight. But if it did, Haven has an outside chance. He's 4th in the average.
I can't wait to video those guys back there tonight. I'm gonna be right up with Riley Webb and just see what his persona is, his vibe is. Go ahead.
So Haven's actually splitting 3rd and 4th. So and he's only a second and a half behind second. Haven could bump up to second in the average if he wins good in the round tonight, and something crazy happened to Riley. Haven could win the world. So you see it year in and year out, though. Haven Medjid puts himself in a position to rope for a gold. But he won the one in 19, which was shocking. You didn't see that coming, but year after year, he puts himself in a position to be there talking. They have a chance on the 10th round.
For Ty Harris to win, it's a small chance. Probably if it was betting odds, it would be something very small. But what would the scenario have to be for the fans' sake? What would the scenario have to be for it?
It's not gonna happen. Riley Webb would have to
Riley Webb would have to miss.
Would have to happen.
Shad would have to miss.
I would have to pass Shad in the average, and I would have to win the round. And I would have to pass one more guy. I'd have to win top 4 in the average and win the round. And something crazy would have to happen to Riley.
Couple misses, couple crazy
stuff. Not gonna
happen,
But yeah, it's crazy. It's been a good ride. I'm looking at this right here. Braden's still 8th in the average. Quade Hystrop good all week. Shane Hanchy's second in the average.
Yes, Quade and Shane have just done their job
for sure. I'm excited for the 10th go round.
It's gonna be fun in every event. And what is your motivation going into it, knowing you have? Are you just go get one round left, go blast, get some day money, get that good average check? Yeah,
for sure. I'm going at the barrier, going to rope him as fast as possible, depending on what I draw on if I put it up in a hoot or two. That's the only thing that might change for me. If I have a calf that I think needs 2 to stay down, I'll give him 2 wraps. And if I think that if he'll take a wrap and a hoot, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going for the go round win again and get as much money stacked up as possible, get some Christmas money, and roll on to Denver in a month.
You know what I want to see? Well, technically in the order of what it will be tonight, is it back to 15th to 1st?
It'll be 15th to 1st in the world standings.
Yeah.
So me and Braden had to get a split because we're right next to each other, riding peso. So a split means when you have to when you're riding the same horse, you have to split
divide it up a little bit so you can have time.
Yeah, exactly. Like there'll be 3 or 4 ropers in between me and Braden, even though in the world standings, we're 4th and 5th. We're right next to each other. So they'll probably move him up a few. He'll rope and then they'll have to move Tough up. Tough's riding peso now as well. So they'll have to, Tough will go early in the round. It'll be a few ropers, then Braden, then a few ropers, then me. So
you'll probably stay in that 3rd hole.
They won't move me from 4th. They won't move me from 4th. They would be in kind of an unfair advantage to go later after.
The reason I'm saying all this, it's time to go just for the sake of, okay, give the people what they want. You need to go out there, freaking blast, 7-something run. It's going to be Haven after you. It's going to be Shad after you. And it's going to be Riley. Okay, let's just put the pressure on them, go blast, and then make them make a run.
Riley does not have to make a run. He just has to catch and ties down. That's where, that's where I should have roped better earlier in the week and put myself in a better position. But
but if he knows you've won the round, I love Riley, but this is all just competitive talk, fan talk. But if he knows you're at 6'9", 7 flat to win the round, if he knows, even Shad, if he knows Shad's blasted and he roping that calf, this is rodeo. You got to do it.
Oh, you got to do it. He's just that good, though. It's like 999 times out of 1,000, he's going to just rope this calf and tie him down. He's just that good.
Yeah.
You never know. It's rodeo. Everybody's going to be on the edge of their seats watching to make sure that he does it. But yeah, I don't see it happening.
Yeah. Which everyone who's betting would always put their money on him just roping and tying him down. He's amazing. So yeah.
But no, if I get calf number 43 tonight, I could for sure go 6. I would love to finish my NFR going about 6-8 right here on calf number 43. That was Braden's first one, and I can't remember who ran him after that, but probably my favorite calf of the whole rodeo, actually.
Small pin?
This is the medium pin, but he's like a little bit smaller framed calf, great tie legs, and I could really, really tie him fast. Yes,
One
sir.
swing?
I'm going 2 swings inside, wrapping a hui on that calf, probably 6-8.
Pretty special to have you and Braden 4th and 5th in the world back to back.
It really is. Wow. This will be, this will be my first top 5 finish, and wow, pretty crazy.
Pretty nuts. I mean, that's your world championship scenarios and world championship picks from Ty Harris. I mean, is there anything else you want to cover?
Riley Webb has a chance if he gets a round check tonight. No, it won't be quite 500,000, but he's going to get close to winning $500,000 this year just in the PRCA. It's not counting anything else. That's $500,000 in one PRCA season. 8 years ago in 2016, Tyson Durfee won the world with $212,000. So over double what it was. Every rodeo committee, every all the sponsors that sponsor rodeo, the Cowboy Channel, everybody that's doing with the Teton Ridge, people that are coming in and bringing new money and pushing for the contestants to have better chances and better opportunities to make money. I just want to say thank you again, and we can't wait to see what the future holds.
There's going to be a cowboy win $500,000 to win the world in the probably next year actually. But one of the cool storylines that I'm going to be covering in my documentary when I make it. By the way, I'm going to be making I haven't really told anybody, but I'm going to be making another Journey to the NFR documentary. Last year, 2023, I covered it during the regular season. Ty, Haven, Riley, Shad, Bo Cooper, Shane Hanchy, Tough Cooper. This year, I've been covering all week here the top 4 guys, Hanchy, and obviously Joel Braden, race for the gold buckle. And I'm excited for y'all to see it, and it's going to be coming out probably, I don't know, early 2025, obviously. But one of the narratives that I'm covering is Shad Mayfield said in February of 2024 that he was coming for Riley Webb's regular season record that he set in 2023 because he broke Shad Mayfield's record. So Shad and Riley, they've been going at each other, and it's still Shad and Riley up to the 10th round, and Riley's gotten the edge on him this far. And so, pretty cool narrative, pretty cool. Shout out Shad for even having the confidence to say, I'm going to get him. Came up short, but like I said, being a fan of rodeo right now, having all these young guys, the rivalries that's developing, even Ty and Haven, just the popular cowboys, the fan favorite cowboys. And not only are the fan favorites, but they're freaking good.
Yeah, I mean, just the competition. You've seen it up front and up close at the Thomas Mack. You've seen it all year long, but I mean, these guys are amazing. And from every event, from the bareback riding to the bull riding to the great spectacular rodeo athletes, horses, inside that arena, it's amazing to watch them work. From the terrible downfalls that people have had after great seasons, you see it every year. Dalton Massey hasn't had the luck that he's wanted, a guy like that came in first, and he hasn't had the week that he's needed to be the world champion. He'll be back 2 times in a row. He's been the regular season leader. To a guy like Bradley Miller coming from out of nowhere in the bareback to possibly being a world champion. A guy like Leighton Berry, amazing. We've had him on the podcast. Amazing bareback rider. hasn't
Tough
drawn the way he
NFR,
wanted.
yeah.
Hasn't drawn the way he wanted. It's just it's the trials and the tribulations that we go through. That's why we're doing this podcast. That's why I say let's freaking rodeo, because this it's not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy. Even Lefty Holman, Lefty Holman is a reserve world champion and brutal NFR for him. Won around last night, got to experience some winning and success to carry into 2025. One of your best friends, one of my best friends, Peyton Bray, two-time or one-time reserve?
Two-time reserve world champion.
And he didn't even make it to the NFR this year. I cannot wait to talk to him and just see his mind and how you go from that pinnacle of success to literally coming here and watching.
Yeah, which he's not here, but
well, I saw Wyatt Bray.
I know. I'm joking.
I saw his brother.
No,
here.
I'm joking. But yeah, he's only made 3 NFRs. He's rodeoed for 6 years. He's qualified for 3 national finals. 2-time reserve world champion. Like you said, the highest that it gets. Not the world champion, but he's put himself in a position to win a lot, and it's not easy. They don't hand out these back numbers. I wear this jacket, and I know that it's very, very well earned. That's why I say congratulations to anybody that makes the national finals, because it's not easy. It's a long road, and these guys go through so much day in and day out to be here and to be competing. And thanks to everybody that watches and supports. And it's pretty crazy. I'm blessed to be finishing up another NFR, and this is the best one by far that I've ever had. And I just want to build on it and make next year even better.
It's pretty surreal. The closing chapter on a 2024 season that's about to go into the history books. And in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 21 days, no one's going to give a crap about the previous year's winner, and it's going to be on to the 2025 season.
When we show up to Denver, nothing matters. It's on. Nothing matters. You nod your head, you better go win or you won't be here next year.
Tyson Durfee said it. He said no one cares about last year's champion. Riley Webb gets no kudos from anybody for winning in 2023. But guess what? He came out here and he did it, and he did it in 2024. And congrats to him if he gets it done tonight. But in 2025, it doesn't matter who wins in every single event. You're really, once you win the world, you're probably the most hated person in the PRCA because people are gunning for you. There's a target on your back. Can you handle the pressure? Can you defend it? Can you defend your title? You're the reigning world champion. You're currently reigning over everybody else. You're the dog. Can you handle the pressure? Those are the storylines going into 2025. But what a closing chapter on a surreal season, honestly.
For sure, yeah. Like to from the start of the winter, kind of in March, to do what we did with Braden, to split the win, have the rope off at Houston, to qualifying for the final, him making his first NFR, to us getting 2 go-round wins apiece, 4 trips total to the South Point. Very surreal. For you being here, just through it all, what a ride. So can't wait for the future.
Can't wait.
It's an awesome journey that's just getting rolling.
Yeah, I can't wait for the amazing stories. We'll be sitting here next year in 2025 telling the 2025 stories and doing this all over again, and same names, different names. Who knows? Stick around for the next 365 days, and we'll see you here next year.
Yes, sir.
Las Vegas.
Let's freaking rodeo.
Let's freaking rodeo. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next week.